Yo, what is up guys? It's the Nightwing at Way of Life Esports coming at you guys with another video here today. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about TSM. So, the LCS 2022 Spring Split was not very good for TSM. They finished 9th place, 5-13. I think they actually reported this was the lowest that TSM had ever actually finished for a single split. And it was the first time in the organization's history that they did not actually make playoffs. Remember, guys, I started watching League of Legends during the 2014 World Championship, so TSM already existed right literally before I even started watching League of Legends for the year prior, and they were already doing very well in North America. And then during my first initial watching of the LCS, they had been very, very dominant, you know, winning multiple titles, but this year for the LCS 2022 Spring Split was the very first time, I want to reiterate, that they finally missed playoffs for the first time in the organization's history. So after that, since they did make playoffs, because for the LCS, at least for the Spring Splits, only 6 teams make the playoffs, as it should be, honestly, because we know for the LCS, for the summer splits preceding that Spring Split, 8 teams make playoffs actually. So TSM make a roster change. Actually, a few roster changes, because they had a few rotating mid laners come in. They had a few rotating supports come in, actually. Then you bring in Maple from the LPL. He was on Anyone's Legend. I actually think the Maple pickup is actually pretty good. Then they bring in Mia, who was currently playing on a minor region team. So you're thinking like, okay, this might actually be a whole lot better. I think during my LCS 2022 Summer Split tier list ranking for the teams, I think me and Sean had TSM somewhere around 7th. I think the peak of the roster also wasn't going to be that good because Huni had not been playing very well. Tactical had not been playing very well. It was hard to really gauge how strong Mia actually is. I actually had seen his gameplay in the LCK a long time ago. He was alright. And Spica is, you know, a decent jungler. I think people just grossly overrate him. You know, Maple is a really good mid laner. I think a lot of people actually sleep on Maple. So you're thinking like, okay, this team of players should be able to be at least about 7th, maybe 6th place, if we're being really honest here. But then if you come into the LCS 2022 Summer Split, now keep this in mind. We are only going to be on week 4 coming up this week because we just had that break. They had actually not been doing very well. So this is the list of their games so far. So they lost to 100 Thieves. That's to be expected. 100 Thieves are just way much better than them. You also face CLG. They beat CLG to knock CLG out of getting into playoffs for the LCS 2022 Spring Split. They lost to CLG, okay? Then they ended up beating Immortals. I mean, everyone beats Immortals. Immortals are dog shit. So they go 1-2 for week 1 for the Super Week, okay? Now, after that, you have them lose to Team Liquid, a team that they should lose to. Really, you know, I'll say really strong team because they are really suspect, but Team Liquid beat them. Then they lose to Golden Guardians. Then in week 3, they lose to EG, and then they also lose to Dignitas. Then you have the other issues with TSM going on. One of the guys that runs the TSM content creation on YouTube, well, at least the guy that, as he's talked about on Twitter, he talked about for the TSM Legends episodes. Now we don't know when we're going to get them. I enjoy watching those TSM Legends episodes. I enjoy watching any of those YouTube series where it's like in TSM Legends style. You know, Cloud9 has theirs, Team Liquid has theirs, 100 Thieves kind of had theirs with, you know, the Heist series actually, you know, and a lot of the LCS orgs stopped doing that, and I thought that was just really good content in general to get fans on board with new players that they otherwise would not have been familiar with. So you have the whole Reginald situation going on because he's just a fucking piece of shit to a lot of people apparently. Then you also have management for TSM leaving prior to this year even starting. So let's break these timeline of events to really get to these roster moves, okay? So you had people leaving the organization prior to this year, Reginald getting in trouble for doing whatever he was doing, probably being a piece of shit to a lot of people in the organization. Then the coaching staff, I've literally seen the coaching staff tweet stuff out on Twitter and then delete it. That's just ridiculous, okay? Then you have the coaching staff on videos for the TSM Legends episodes that I watched, all of them actually. admitting like how bad it was in scrimps for them, like shit just basically hitting the fan, obviously. And then after that, you have what you culminate into, right now, actually. So you also have TSM Academy, 9th place, actually. And then you also have them finishing 10th place in spring. So yeah, TSM Academy have been finishing bottom. Well, in spring, they finished bottom for this spring split for the NA Academy 2022 spring. Then right now they are currently sitting at 9th place. So yeah, TSM is having a really, really rough year. You also have issues outside of the game as well as in the game, I'd imagine. Oh, we also have the Peter Zhang drama that happened where they lost their head coach. So you had Peter Zhang, Case, and Chowie, and yeah, that pretty much just got fucked over because Peter Zhang apparently has been taking people's money. So yeah, TSM has been going through a lot recently, and then now on their official Twitter page, one called TSM FTX Report, where they report on all the roster moves and the game scores for TSM. I don't know why they have this account for that reason. I don't know why you can't just do that from your main account. And it's not just with TSM. I don't like how these orgs have these separate accounts just for like weird shit that you could just do from your main account. I don't understand it, but whatever. So after I just recapped all that for you, it was very easy to come to that conclusion that TSM was not going to be that good. I mean, you could just see that shit from basically a lot of people were like saying on social media they're leaving TSM prior to this year even starting. Then you also bring in the Reginald drama, the Peter Zhang drama, the Kiedo Shenyi experiment they try to do, the LDL experiment, kind of like Cloud9's LS experiment that kind of worked a little bit there. TSM didn't work at all. Like, that shit was garbage to begin with, They swap out those players, and then you have the whole Shenyi drama with Tactical, just a bunch of just drama consistently, And then, before I even report on the news, because this is what I Will Dominate said, that a TSM person said about Shenyi on Reddit, actually. So I need to bring this up right now. I Will Dominate. Oh, damn. That's fucking pretty cute. Okay. I Will Dominate. Okay. This is what someone put out, apparently, on the on Reddit page or some shit like that. So, I Will Dominate. Okay, you guys can see that right there because it's on my other side. He says, imagine this is what your org types about you 3 weeks into summer split on a fucking Reddit thread. Man, I hate that disgusting org. Okay. Shenyi. Unfortunately, Shenyi is becoming a liability to our academy team's development. We originally believed that Shenyi could be our starting support for our LCS team. However, we quickly realized that Mia had a better champion pool and laning skills than Shenyi, earning Mia the LCS starting spot. When Shenyi was moved to the academy team, he became demotivated and did not meet expectations. This lack of motivation combined with the absence of shot calling stunted the development of the academy team as a whole. Instead of waiting until the end of summer, we thought it would be best to make the necessary changes now so we can properly evaluate our junior academy players going into the next offseason. So, like, I don't know what the fuck TSM is thinking half the time they do anything, So you bring over Shenyi from the LDL. He's going to be your starting support. Then he has a little mini issue with Tactical because Tactical finds out about what Shenyi said to his friend in some random call that I don't know how that got leaked to begin with, but sure, So they have this like friction going on there. And in the TSM Legends episode that he apologized, you could tell that relation right there is already broken. You cannot fix that. You can tell that it's just not going to work, So then they try to obviously do tryouts with Mia. Mia wins over the starting spot. He goes to the academy team. I mean, the man's already like done. Like mentally, he was done back when he got benched for Yursan, who was complete garbage. Like he's already mentally done. I feel bad for Shenyi coming over here and thinking he's gonna be able to be a LCS starting support when they don't give him really anything. Like, there's no leeway in the roster because they want to go into rookies, but then pull out of playing with rookies 3 weeks into a split. Like, how does that work? If you're going to be all in for rookies, or a few of them for your roster with a few veterans, we'll be in for the rookies, G2 did that. It's working out well for them. I get it's not the same, but it's like, come on, dude. Like, holy shit. So, here are their roster moves. I have them all right here, actually. So, okay, so I'll just go down the line because on my webcam right now. I'm on that side where the actual like description is. So right here you have one for Solo. Please welcome our new LCS Academy top laner, Solo LCS. With veteran LCS experience, Solo will be an incredible addition to our academy program. His leadership is certain to help our system, and we are incredibly happy to have him join us. Welcome to the family. So Solo finally gets a team again. He's actually on TSM Academy, so if he plays his cards right, he might actually eventually be their starting top laner eventually. You know, if this year pans out with whatever new guy they're going to pick up. I don't know if people said they're going to pick up a guy called Soul, actually. And the next one is, welcome to the TSM family, Chime. Stepping into the support role, Chime has shown great promise and incredible Champions Queue record. We're excited to have him don the black and white in the bot lane. Wasn't Chime actually with Golden Guardians? Yeah, this guy was on Golden Guardians, actually. I remember he was on Golden Guardians. I'm pretty sure that's where his team was. I don't remember him actually being that good. But hey, right now you got to make roster, changes. So yeah, go for it. Okay. But this is the big one right here. Due to recurring wrist injuries, Huni has decided to step down from the starting top lane position. He will stay on TSM FTX while he continues to evaluate his future. We will support him in whichever path he chooses going forward. So, my thing with Huni, Huni started out on Fnatic, obviously. Yes, I know about the sub situation with Reignover and all that other shit, but I'm talking when he actually became a starter. Fnatic 2015, Immortals 2016, and in 2017, I forgot he went to SKT. So just for LCS years, right? Let me start it over. 2015 Fnatic, 2016 Immortals, and 2018 Echo Fox, I think were his best years. The Echo Fox year, he started out strong in the spring split, but then he just fell off in that summer split. When he fell off in that summer split for the LCS 2018 summer split, from that split on, he's basically have been just pretty bad, actually. He's been really bad, you know? Like, he had 2.5 strong years as a top laner, you know? But other than that, he's just been really bad. Like, I mean, even without wrist injuries, they would eventually have replaced him. Like, even this past split, he looked really bad. In the spring split, he looked really bad, actually, you know? Like, even last year, there were some moments, you know, some games where he kind of got back to form a little bit, but then it was so inconsistent that it really wasn't even worth it, actually, you know? Starting today, Shenyi will be stepping down from the starting academy support position while he takes an extended break. We thank Shenyi for the time and effort he spent with us over the last year. We wish him nothing but the best. Yeah, this guy definitely should leave you and just give you the giant fat middle finger is what he should do. Right here, Onda is going to be joining their academy lineup for the jungle position. We're proud to welcome Onda back into pro play and into our LCS Academy lineup. With his jungle experience and veteran shot calling, Onda will help guide our academy team to a higher level. I remember Onda. He had a few decent games that people just overrated. Then he was 100 Thieves' starting jungler back in like 2019, actually, and then he was just so bad. He was just so garbage. I remember that. This guy right here, thank you to Hyper, actually. Today we say goodbye to our starting Academy Jungler Hyper. It's been incredible having you in our Academy program, and we can't wait to see what you achieve in the future. So, yeah, they're just making a slew of roster changes right now. The thank you thumbnails are coming out, actually. I know Doublelift talked about... Well, since Doublelift talked about all these yesterday on his stream, that means that Tactical and Mia could also be moving out, you know? Because, remember, for Chime's announcement, they don't say, they say supporting role. They don't say starting or academy, you know? So, Tactical and Mia going out, I mean, you can't really fault Mia. He literally just started for them, and Tactical has been positioning like dog shit. So, it's like, what can you really do, honestly, you know? So, right now, TSM are definitely not in the best form. They're definitely trying to band-aid up their academy roster, their main roster. Like, it just looks really bad for them. I mean, hopefully they can bounce back when the LCS returns this week. Their upcoming matches do not give you any indication of that. They face Cloud9 in that legacy rivalry match between TSM and Cloud9. which was the perennial like Lakers versus Celtics match, you know, a few years ago. But it's been kind of fallen to the wayside actually recently. Then they also face FlyQuest, and FlyQuest actually isn't no slouch. Like, they're not good. They're always going to be a middle-of-the-pack team, but FlyQuest and Cloud9 are definitely much better than TSM right now, so you're looking at potentially another 0-2 roster. They're making these, they're making potentially they're making potentially 3 starting roster position, like, changes. Potentially. If what Double said is true, we're going to be getting, like, a swap out for top, ADC, and support. So it's like, what the hell? You know? Like, how are they supposed to even potentially even make playoffs when you're bringing in 3 new players into a roster in week 4 of the LCS 2022 summer split? You know? Other teams who have needed that time to gel together have already got that time. Now, whether they'll be good is another different story for another conversation, but that's just how I see it. Like, right now, TSM are just the laughing stock of the LCS, and, you know, I can't say I'm not happy about that, because I've never really liked them that much, you know. I've always just been more of a fan of a few other orgs, you know, but yeah, it sucks to see them fall this hard, but it was gonna happen when you pick up, you know, fucking Macy clearance, fucking bargain bin players. That's what happens when you fucking go to a store and you choose to actually buy dollar store, deodorant over going to a real store and buying, you know, the best priced detergent. Yes, cheap detergent works, but it's only gonna actually make you smell so good. But if you buy actual quality detergent, you'll actually smell better. You'll actually be a lot better. Hope that example actually made any sense. So, what do you guys think about TSM right now? I can't wait to see later on today. They announced that Tactical and Mia will be probably stepping down from the starting position if they evaluate, you know, what's going to be happening. You know, that's what Double reported, so I'm not really sure if they're going to do that, you know, right now. But if they kept the roster of the whatever new guys coming up, Spica, Maple, Tactical, and Mia, then I don't know if that's even going to work, because Tactical and Mia bot lane already doesn't look good. Spica looks Spica and Maple, I think, together look like a decently okay duo, but there's nothing much you can do because League's a team game, actually. So, what do you guys think about TSM currently right now? Do you think they can actually go 2-0 for the LCS 2022 Summer Split Week 4 coming up this week? I know you guys haven't been getting much pre-recorded content from me personally. I'm gonna try and see what I can do for pre-recorded content for you guys, actually. I have a few ideas of it, but I don't want to obviously burn myself out. That's something I will never honestly feel, but I don't want to get into that, like, headspace, right? For the channel, the best thing for it right now is the Cloud9 podcast, which you can currently watch on the channel right now. The newest episode is out, and yes, good news, we will actually have another episode of the Cloud9 podcast out this week, which you should come watch. This week's episode will be on Thursday at 6 p.m. PST. Thursday, 6 p.m. PST is when the newest Cloud9 podcast episode will be coming out. But yes, like I said before, I'm going to try and see what you guys want to see with pre-recorded content. I'll do a couple of polls or whatever. So we'll see how it goes. But yes, see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out, guys. All right, see you guys later. Peace.